Hey Yogi, welcome to class. If you're new to the channel, I'm Ree, this is Drakey, and this is Burghley. And if you are returning, then we are stoked to have you back. Welcome back. Before we jump into class, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do. It just helps me and the hounds to grow our little spot in the world of YouTube. Okay, let's jump into it. This is going to be a really nice mellow flow. So nice, short and sweet, not too long. You are going to need some props. None of them are like essential, but they're just going to make the journey more mellow. So 2 blocks if you have them, and a rolled up blanket. I would say or a bolster, but we might unroll the blanket. So grab the blanket instead and then roll it up so it's kind of just a bit thicker. Maybe use 2 blankets if you have thin ones. And then take your 2 blocks. The first one is going to go where your head will be lying down. So back of your mat and parallel to the mat. And then the next one is going to go long ways. So in line with the mat, and that's where your spine is going to go. And then you're just going to pop your legs so that the backs of your knees are supported by your kind of makeshift bolster, I guess. So have a little fidget so that you can get in a good spot here. So you want to get your head onto your last block, the one that's right at the back of the mat. And then you want the sort of spine to just be resting on the long block. So make that happen for you. And then let the arms fall open. If this feels too intense on the back, straight off the bat, release the blocks and lie on your back. It's intended to just help us, open up a little bit through the front body, but I want this to feel mellow for you. So if this does not feel mellow at all, then come off the blocks. Allow yourself to arrive here. Allow yourself to be very present on your mat, whether this is the first bit of movement you're taking today, maybe you've done some part of your day already, or maybe this is just before you're going to go to bed. The aim of this practice is to just bring us into some ease, bring us into some softness. Slowly start to make your inhales that little bit stronger and a little bit longer. So you're really taking on board as much air as you can. And then match that strength and that length in the inhale with the exhale. Really trying to exhale to the very edge of your capacity, of your breath's capacity. So really filling yourself up on the inhale and then really letting everything go lower to the mat, the chest deflate, the belly deflate on the exhale. Nice. From here, slowly just move off this long block that was under your spine. Keep the block that was under your head where it is. And I want you to come onto your left side first. We'll do left so that you can see me. So you're going to bend both knees and have your knees coming almost directly out of your hips. So you want like a bit of a 90-degree angle. And then you're going to take this block that you were lying on and pop it in between your knees, just to give you something to squeeze onto. And then pop the block that you had back under your head. So you're now lying on your left side. Your left palm is reaching away from you. That arm is coming directly out of your left shoulder. And then from here, you're just going to send your right fingertips slightly beyond your left. And we're just going to open. So open the right arm up, tap whatever's there, hi Drake, and then close. So if you can go all the way to the ground, do so on the open. I'm obviously, gently tapping Drake as I do so. And we're just opening and closing. You're just waking up this shoulder. Nice. And then next time your right hand lands, see if you can just sweep the right hand up and overhead and then open and then sweep it back. So you're taking a nice circular motion into the glenohumeral joint. So your shoulder, where your shoulder meets your body, or where your arm meets your body. And you're just rolling around, opening and closing it. If you can keep the fingers on the floor the whole time, do so. I am lifting mine because I'm conscious that I'm just knocking into Drakey all the time. But if you can keep the fingers kind of connected to the mat, it's just going to give you a little bit more of a stretch there. Nice. Take one more of these little sweeping motions. And then come back. Cool. We're going to turn to the other side. So rolling over, you might need to scoot your hips over to the left side of your mat to stay on your mat. And then you're going to take your knees over to the right. You're going to let that right arm go straight out of the right socket and then allow your head to rest on the block. And of course, if you don't have blocks, you don't need any blocks for this. They're just here to help us basically. And then reach your left fingertips beyond your right hand. And then again, we're just going to open and close. And you can be as strict about this as you like. So you could keep your gaze and your head facing over to the right. So for me, that's kind of fixing my gaze on Drakey. Or you could actually roll open. So it really depends. Sometimes it feels nice to be really strict and just allow the shoulder to be the thing we're targeting. And other times it feels nice to just roll open a little bit. So just do whatever feels good in your body in these moments. This is a mellow flow. This is a nice, soft flow. We're looking to just stretch ourselves out in a nice, calm intensity. And then start to take the sweeping action. So again, if you can keep the fingers touching the floor as you do your semicircles, then do so. But if you need to reach your arm up a little bit so your fingers don't actually touch the floor the whole time, that's also absolutely fine. We're just rolling around in this shoulder joint. We're just encouraging it to just feel a little bit more awake and a little bit more open. So if you've been sat at a desk a lot or today, or if that's what you do a lot for your job, I feel you. This is just a nice way to just open up a little bit. Nice, take a couple more of those, and then on your next semicircle back, come back to the side, and then from here you're going to use your hands to come all the way up and then release the block. And then we're just going to set ourselves up here for a little bit of movement. So pop your blocks to the top of your mat where your hands are going to go for downward facing dog. And then I'm going to open up my blanket. I always do this in our mellow flows. So I'm just going to get the blanket here so that when my knees go down, it's just a little bit softer. And then come into a tabletop position with your hands underneath the blocks. So you're a little bit lifted than you usually would be. And then from here on your inhale, come through to a cow pose. On your exhale, push through to cat. So tuck your chin to chest, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, come through to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to center. And then from here, you're going to walk your knees a little bit further back, probably to the edge of the blanket for me, and then allow your chest to come down. So coming into a puppy pose or a soft puppy pose here. If this feels too intense with the hands on the blocks, by all means take them down. Don't worry about your forehead coming to the mat. Just worry about sending your chest between your arms and just kind of feeling what it feels like to just work into the shoulder. Keep breathing here. Nice. On your next inhale, I want you to ripple up. So really tuck your tailbone and start to come forward and then walk your knees a little bit closer to the blocks. From here, tuck your toes under, lift your hips high, come into downward facing dog. And notice how this one feels with the blocks under the hands. It usually just kind of makes the dog a little bit more accessible. It certainly does for me. So just notice how that's feeling there. Notice how the shoulders have responded to a little bit of opening. From here, reach your right leg up, bend the right knee and just start to take some hip circles. So you're just gently waking up the hip. Once you've taken them one way, take them the other way. You might hear some clicks. I can hear some clicks. And then roll forward. Drop your right foot to the outside of the right block and the right hand. And then lift your chest. Dropping the back knee. Opening up on the inhale, right arm sweeping up behind you. Take a twist. On the exhale, the right hand will go down. You'll pick up the back knee and jump that left foot to the outside of the left block, coming into your first active squat. Inhale here. Exhale to stand. Draw that energy into you. Inhale, reach your arms up. Look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, back down to active squat. Inhale, your hands will come onto the block. Your right foot will go back. Your left foot will go back. Downward facing dog. The left leg will go up and bend that left knee and just start to take some hip circles here. Taking the circles one way and then taking them the other way. Oh, I just got a really good click there. Nice. And then from here, roll forward. Let that left foot travel to the outside of the left block and drop your right knee down. As you inhale, sweep that left arm up and open. Take a little twist here. And then exhale. Left hand to the left block, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, bend the back knee, and then bring that right foot to the outside of the right block. Deeply bend your knees, send your knees wide, and then inhale to active squat. Exhale, draw the energy in, come to stand. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, come back down, active squat. Inhale, your hands will come onto your blocks and your left foot will journey back and then your right. Nice. From here, I want you to bend both knees and lower them to the mat. On your inhale, you're just slowly going to come into this elevated up dog with the knees on the mat. On your exhale, you're going to tuck your chin to chest and come into a cat-like position. Inhale through to up dog. Exhale to cat. Inhale through to cow. Exhale to cat. Nice. Come back to neutral. And then from here, take your right foot on the outside of that right hand again. And then start to turn your left foot over to the right. So your left foot is kind of now in line with your blanket, I guess. And then keeping your right hand onto the right block, we're going to send the left arm up and open. Taking a half Burghley here, half side angle. As you exhale, let that left hand come down to the right block, and then inhale, sweep it open. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, sweep it open. Exhale, take it down. Nice. From here, sweep all the way up. Start to straighten through that right leg. You can let your left hand come down to the mat behind you, and then lift your right arm up and overhead. You can be flat onto the left hand or onto the fingertips. And then from here, rebend, come all the way back forward. Take your left foot back to where you got it. Bring your right knee back underneath you. Inhale to your cow pose. Lift your chest. Exhale to cat. Nice. Inhale through to cow. Exhale to cat pose. Just waking up the spine here. And then bend your left knee, drive in, and then take your left foot to the outside of your left block. From here, you can shuffle your right knee sort of to the middle of your mat, and then take your right foot over towards the left. Turning to face the right side of your mat. We're coming back into this modified Burghley. Take an inhale with your arm reaching up, and then exhale, sweep your hand down to the left block. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Inhale, open up. Exhale. One more. Inhale, open it up. And exhale, let your right hand plant to the block. Sorry, don't move your right foot. I was jumping ahead. From here, see if you can come all the way up, spiking onto your left toes. Your left leg is long. And then let your right hand come down on the outside of your blanket and reach your left arm up and over. Just taking a little bit of a side gate pose here. Nice. Inhale, come up. Take your hands back to the blocks. Turn that right knee so that it's facing the top of the mat. Bring your left knee under you. Inhale through to your cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Come into downward facing dog. Nice. From here, we're going to walk the feet. So you're going to walk over your blanket, one foot in front of the other. You can be on the toes and just come all the way so that your feet come in between your blocks. And then take your blocks onto their highest height and just have them kind of out in front of you where you would for Ardha Uttanasana, for halfway lift. From here, hands onto the blocks. Inhale, lift halfway, really hinging from the hips here. So think about plugging your thigh bones back, spreading your sit bones, and then having your chest parallel to the floor. As you exhale, fold. You can keep your hands onto the blocks, and you can also bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold down. You can take the backs of the hands, the hands to the backs of the ankles if that feels nice, and just fold here. Make sure to bend your knees so that you've got that deep hinging from your hips. Nice. Hands back onto the blocks as you inhale, lifting halfway. And then from here, inhale again to come all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up and overhead. And exhale, hands through the center line. Nice. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Nice job. Bring your blocks back under your hands for us to step back into our downward facing dog. So step in one foot back and then the other. Nice. From here, reach your right leg nice and high, bending the knee and opening up the hip again just by circling through. Just really waking up the hip joint. Or releasing any tension in there that you may have been acquiring throughout your day, depending on what time you're doing this. From here, you're going to roll forward so that right foot will go next to the right hand. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms up, coming into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. On your exhale, cactus your arms, so arms are 90-90. You're dragging your elbows down to your hips, pick up your heart. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your gaze up. Exhale, cactus. Take a gentle opening through the front body. Inhale, sweep those arms up, look up. On your exhale, open the arms out to the right. Take a little twist here. Feel the twist come from the middle of your back. And then inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, pop your hands on the blocks. Tuck the back toes if they're not. And then slowly start to work to straighten both of your legs. Really plug your right thigh bone back into its socket here. Take an inhale. Take an exhale, soften into the stretch. On your next inhale, rebend the right knee. Step your left foot all the way up to meet the right. Take your blocks out in front of you on the highest height and then inhale to Ardha Uttanasana, really hinging from your hips here. Take an exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. You can let the hands come behind you and bend your knees if you like. Root to rise. Inhale, rise all the way up. Squeeze your glutes, look to the fingers. Exhale, hands through the center line. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, come down, Uttanasana. Pop your blocks back where you got them from so they can go under your hands. And then step your right foot back. Step your left foot back, come back to down dog. Bend your knees, drop your knees to the mat. On your inhale, coming into that cow pose, so lifting your tailbone, lifting your chest. On your exhale, tuck chin to chest, come into angry cat. Inhale through to cow. And exhale. Back into cat pose. Come to neutral. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Come into Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Notice if you've created any space here. Feel free to lift onto the tiptoes and bend your knees and straighten them. Just working to sort of iron out any kinks in the body. From here, your left leg is going to go nice and high. Bend the knee and take those hip circles again. Beautiful stuff. Keep connecting to your breath. Keep breathing with intention. And then from here, reach your left leg high and then send your left foot all the way up. Take it to the left hand. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Low lunge. There's obviously something exciting happening here for both dogs to leave. On your exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up, look up. And exhale to cactus. Nice. Inhale, reach your arms up. On your next exhale, right hand goes to the top of the mat, left hand to the back. Make the twist happen from your mid-back. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale to to open. Feel that twist there. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands meet the blocks. Tuck the back toe and work to straighten both legs. Coming into this nice pyramid pose. Plug your left thigh bone back into its socket. As you inhale, lift your chest and lengthen. As you exhale, move deeper, fold over. Feel the ease within this effort here. Inhale, reaching back up, bend that left knee. From here, right foot travels up to meet the left. Take your blocks out onto the highest height in front of you. And as you inhale, lift. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. As you exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Engage the core. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Let the hands come down to take you deeper if that feels nice. Deeply bend the knees as you inhale, root to rise. Bring your arms and your head and your gaze all the way up to the fingers. Exhale, hands through the center line. Inhale, sweep all the way up, look up. Exhale, softly fold all the way back down. Inhale to halfway lift, hands on the blocks or to the shins. And then as you exhale, bring your blocks back next to your feet. And then from here, step your right foot back and step your left foot back. Come into downward facing dog. From here, bend your knees and drop them to the mat. Take your knees as wide as your mat, have your big toes touching, and sit back into a child's pose. You can have your hands off the blocks now. Nice. Slowly walk your hands all the way back in towards your knees. And then from here, you're going to bring your knees together so you can come off the blanket. Fold your blanket in half so you've got it the long way. Then start to roll it. And then fold it again in half. So we're trying to make it quite big. And then from here, take your block. One block should be fine. One block to the side. And then set yourself up for your Savasana. So making sure that the bottom of your back goes right up to your blanket. You could use a bolster for this, of course, but most of us have a blanket, so it's easier to use that. And then you can take your feet as wide as the mat, and let the knees knock in. Reach your palms up towards the ceiling. Come into your Savasana. It might feel nice to leave the knees knocking in, or it might feel nice to take the soles of the feet together and let the knees gently fall wide. Allow your shoulders to just melt either side of your blanket. Allow your hips and your feet to feel heavy. Let your arms feel heavy. Acknowledge all of the support you have here, underneath you, within you, around you. Acknowledge how your practice can ground you and can just help you to feel at ease within the body. A nice short practice, nice mellow way to just gently work through the whole body. Stay in your supported Savasana for as long as you can. This is where we will leave you. As always, it's an absolute privilege to share today's practice with you. I hope to see you on the mat again soon, Yogi. Enjoy the rest of your day.